Hey guys, what up? What up? Go ahead and get your question in. Today we're going to be talking about CTR manipulation with me and Mike Merlino. We're discussing CTR booster, CTR booster, CTR booster. All right, so get your questions in, peoples. We'll be here for at least a good 30 minutes or 40 minutes answering questions, okay? More questions, the better. How you doing, Mike?
Good, good. How you doing?
Doing good, brother. Just got done with we're talking about have you ever used Citation Vault?
Um, oh man, yeah. Recently, just just
Yeah,
getting started with that.
yeah. I started
Cool guy,
using it, started
cool
promoting it.
guy, right?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, he literally reached out to me and said, "So since you never use anything you've never used before, you don't promote, tell anybody about it." And he said, "Try it out." And he showed it to me. He's like, these citations have DA of like 20s and 30s. I was like, "You're full of shit." And then he showed it to me, and I was like, "Holy crap!" It is
Mm-hmm.
three, and they're instantaneously, generally within minutes, live. All 300 of them, and normally people do citations, and they wind up going, and 60 of
Shit's
them be
going to
live, and
index.
then
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they're not indexing and everything else. So I haven't even told you this yet, Mike. I'll be dropping it so you could test it. I now have a GMB bot that goes into GMB, takes the top five, audits them, and pulls all the information.
Mm.
It'll give
Oh,
me, I'll tell
yeah.
you what it gives me, and I'll show you guys. I haven't demoed this. I didn't plan on demoing it until later, but basically, I'll show you guys this since I know people are already asking me about it. Um, give you an example of it. So what it pulls so far. I'll demo this on another day, so don't ask me to demo this whole damn thing, okay, guys? Um, it's me and a partner of mine go. So for example, let me pull this up. Mike hasn't even seen this. No one's seen
No.
it. So the first, it will pull the GMB. Let's say I have it pulling 5 GMBs or whatever. It gets me the name of the person, right? The name. Do they have the keyword in the actual business? Let's say auto hail damage. This one was actually auto hail repair. It tells you no because it's going by auto hail damage. What's the latitude and longitude of the GMB? How far away is it from the actual city center, according to Wikipedia? What's the website URL? Do they got an appointment link? What's the primary category? What's the additional category? Hours of operation? What's the description? It gives me give me pull this over real quick. What's the business description length, right? It pulls that. What's the GMB rating from the reviews? How many reviews? Are they replying to the reviews? How many GMB posts they have? What's the post count? Most recent post, GMB photo count. Do they have question and answers? How many question and answers? Do they got products listed? They got total product count, and then it gives me the GMB CID, knowledge panel, post view to in the Q&A. So it
Mm.
gives me all that happy little crap, and I've been dealing with that. So I will be putting that out there, but just not yet.
Is that a
Probably
software or a Chrome extension?
it's not a Chrome extension. It's not a
Software,
software. It's
actual.
not a soft. It's not a software. You got to download. You got to download this bot maker or this software. It's I don't know what you want to call it. Zenopost.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I know what you're talking
So
about.
it's kind of like a
So it's
platform
a
that
software.
everybody.
It's a software
Yeah,
because you could
it's
export
not.
it out as an exe.
But it's not
Nice.
like I'm thinking WordPress plugin. So basically, I can use that and I can go. Let me audit the top five in this category. Shows me everything I need to know that I'm gonna be looking at anyways, and I don't have to go through the actual GMB.
Yo, that's
So
fucked up because I just upgraded a GMB audit tool to a yearly during the Black Friday deal,
yeah,
to get unlimited audits.
yeah,
That
yeah.
tool's
We
pretty
just
cool, but that one's like adding all of those things in one
all of it in one, and that's what we were going
plus
for.
some.
So we just been kind of working on little things. I got little things we're working on. We're actually working on a website auditor as well. Um, but the tool that I just demoed, that I used, that I'm in love with, is keyword supremacy. and Azagio. Those two,
Hmm.
I don't think. I mean, I find it hard for any other tool to really do what. I mean, it's like all in one for me.
Yeah.
I mean, keyword supremacy. I could literally do all my keyword research. It's normally what I do on manually, all in a web. One little plugin. It does pulls the Google Trends. It does the all in title, all in phrase, all that shit. Gives me all that on a dashboard with domains without me even have to leave the damn website. So
Hmm.
web user. So I'm gonna demo the bot as soon as I'm done. I'm almost done. Give me a few days and then I'll demo that. Um, we do not have training yet for IFTT rings, Google Stacks. We do have training. That is Chris. I'll be bringing in Chris. We'll be talking about Google Stacks, I believe, on Thursday. And then he has a little course where he goes over it. And I would tell you to get his course in it, but he's going to demo it and go through it on Thursday, I believe. So I appreciate it. Appreciate that tool. Is amazing. It's just something I use for myself or whatever because most of the tools I've seen don't pull all the information. Um, no, Nick, I use GMB Crush. I use GMB Crush because GMB Crush does some other things I don't normally do. So, but you know, get your questions in. We're here to talk about CTR manipulation. And specifically CTR Booster. CTR Booster next week. Mike's going to do a demo on CTR Booster. So, and what to do. If you don't know it as well, message. I know she's not on here, but Holly. She's actually going to Salt Lake City, Utah, and she's going this week, and she's bringing like a couple of hundred phones with her. So if y'all want CTR manipulation from Holly, just hit her up, let her know I sent you to her because she's driving to Salt Lake City, Utah. And she'll light your GMBs up easily with her phone. So, hey, Holly, you want to come in here? I'll give you the link, Holly. I know you were tired, but I'll send it over to you. Oh, let's get Holly in here. CTR Queen. All right, I just sent it to you, Holly. Jump on.
That would be a good question to ask Holly. How long she actually been doing CTR? Because I know it's a while.
Yeah, it's a while.
A
Told her
while, a
she's
while.
going. She's going to Salt Lake City. I was literally going to get a GMB just to have her do CTR into Salt Lake City.
Just to test the shit word, right?
Test the shit out. Hey, Holly,
Hey guys, how are you?
doing
Good. How
good.
are
So,
you?
question for you: how long you been doing CTR manipulation?
I started in 2017.
2017. It's a while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a long time.
I think I was the first person to do CTR and on the level that we do it on, at least.
Do you think driving traffic? Question: do you think driving traffic to the GMB through Google Ads is effective in any way?
I
All
don't know why
right,
you
Any
would.
traffic is effective, pretty much. It's expensive
actually,
though.
I actually have not really a case study, but something that just happened to a guy that was working with us. He was ranking number one, right? Nothing's changed. We haven't done nothing crazy, no crazy backlinks, just our standard stuff. He's ranking number one. He dropped to number six. You know what? The only change is he stopped running Google Ads. So does running
Really?
Google Ads help you? Yep. Does running Google Ads help your GMB rankings? I've been saying this forever. Yes, it does. And it's the proof that I needed. But the guy literally was ranking, when I say ranking, 10-mile radius, ones all the way across. Pressure washing. Now he's sitting at number six. The only change, stop running ads.
How long ago was that?
This
Did he
was
stop
this
running the
month.
ads?
This
Because
month.
I've heard that some people were just saying they've had a lot of their Google Map rankings that were number one have
Yep.
gone to like number six, and they have
Yep.
no idea why. Someone was
You're
saying
right.
that the mum um update came out. I don't know.
I don't think it
I've
has
been busy.
nothing to do with that because we do so many GMBs. I mean, and we deal with only a few that actually run ads. So the coincidence of mom and this, I'm like, no, I think it's 100% ads. But I'm gonna
I
wait and
agree
see.
too.
Now we'll wait and see 30 days after mom. But here we
So the
go.
mom
So
did come out though. That did drop already. I thought that was
yeah, they
coming out
dropped a
next
new
year.
one.
Shit. Okay.
Facebook ads to the GMB versus Google ads to the GMB. Facebook ads I will run CTR with, but like I've talked about before, you can take and let's create a job, if you will, or an event. You create an event, and then that event goes to job listing and run your Facebook ads to that event that's listed on Google. Okay. Or you can list it on other places, but specifically to an event. What opinion on possible differences, if any?
Google, when you're doing it through Google, it's Google, so you're getting that extra love. Facebook, you could get cheaper clicks from
Yep.
what I've found out. Um, to me, that's really basically it. And with Google, you could also do instead just not just regular Google ads, but Google display ads.
Yeah.
To try to help with the cost, bring the cost down.
And if you really want to look at some ads to run, if you will, not necessarily getting on there and making fucking stupid videos, but actually the business side for business ads on TikTok. Right now it's where Facebook used to be running Facebook ads about 3 to 4 years ago. So, and it's really cheap, really good traffic. You can run, if you will, to certain, if you will, things like make money or, get a job positions, stuff like that, and get certain type of traffic. But Facebook user says he's experienced it firsthand when we're talking about in regards to local service ads increasing your GMB rankings. So, but yeah, any other questions? Just get them in, guys. All right, let's see. Yeah, I've seen that. It's already rolling out. It's talking about November 2021. It just finished. Yeah. You generally got to give it like 30 to 45, if you will, days or whatever. So after it finishes, even most creative way that you've found to drive direct branded searches from the surrounding community, kind of like what you've done with posting YouTube videos with no link. Do the search, motherfuckers. I used to inside the group and how I started instead of doing micro workers, I was taking inside the group and a post of a video and saying, go look for this keyword and then find this video and click on it, watch it, like it, comment, and I'll give you something for free. So I got a lot of my traffic when I was first starting out, push notifications and stuff like that too. Have you got your GMB Chrome extension yet, or your Google Chrome extension yet, Holly?
No, Kevin said he had a problem with the server last time I talked to him.
Yeah, I'll talk to him again today. I usually talk to him almost every day, so. But yep, get it in, get your questions in. CTR Booster is where we're basically going to be discussing today, but all things CTR. Just make sure you drop your questions below. We'll get them in. So, how you like that new headset? You trying out that new headset for gaming?
Oh no, not yet. Haven't
I
gotten on the game.
I literally said, let me get the one for Xbox because he's on Xbox. I was like, get on it. I've been playing Madden 20. Was it Madden 22? Madden 2022. That thing is off the chain.
Yeah, man. I played it like when it first came out. Haven't gotten back to it. I want to answer the person's question quick. So there's a lot of ways to kind of get to that, but creative way to drive directed branded traffic, right? You could do manipulated URLs as a shortcut, right? Kind of just to mimic it. But to get real, one thing I know I've seen somebody do is put a job application up, like if you're hiring, even though you're not, right? And then as part of the application, kind of like a micro worker gig, you know, say, hey, search Google for this business, find the website, click on the contact us page, fill out the form, and just make it seem like you're just testing if they could follow instructions. Kind of cheesy and corny, but it'll get you localized, you know, branded traffic. If you put the article up like on Craigslist, I mean, not the article, the job posting, like local Craigslist area, that's one way you could do it. Facebook Marketplace as well. But I would just hide that shit and do, you know, put a search string behind the QR code and have people, you know, scan those codes. And yeah, test it exactly.
QR codes, love them. Do the same thing with the QR codes. I love them. Best proxies for CTR booster.
There goes Wavy Bay Media. Yo, I've been waiting for you to hit me up, man, on Facebook. You say you was in Soda. What's up? Best proxies for CTR booster, 4G proxies, mobile proxies.
But if you want to know which proxies, you got to test it out yourself.
Yeah, that's
ain't gonna put that public and tell everybody. Then they become crap proxies.
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. I got so done with that. I went and I got my own proxies.
Yeah, we've talked about that.
Yeah, because I can't.
He couldn't find you. He couldn't find you on Facebook. So let me go ahead and pull your Facebook link, so you know.
Okay.
These people can find you.
Cool.
Because there's a bunch of Mike Merlinos.
Hey, Mike, did you get my email earlier today?
Oh shit! Did I? I haven't checked. Let me check real quick, Holly.
Okay. I've been in Wichita for 3-4 days, so I did select all delete. Someone emailed me and I get it.
Select all delete.
Select all delete.
Let me see if it's here.
But I got it.
Using Proxidize to make your own proxies.
Yes, sir.
Here you go. Wavy Bay Media, punch, pop, pop. That's right. Yeah, old Holly's going to be in Salt Lake City, Utah, so she's on her way down there with a couple of hundred phones, Holly.
Yeah, I'm taking probably 200. I was charging them all day today, and it smelled like it was burning up, so I had to turn it off for a while.
What is your electricity? How much did your electricity bill go up since you had to start charging all those phones and stuff?
Not as much as when I had like my ant miners running in 2014. I had 12 miners running. My bill was like, I don't know, a couple thousand. But we had to bring in another electric line in for all the shit that I run in here anyway, so it's not cheap.
Yeah. Let's see. I've considered, because my friend mine's, I've considered setting up mine upstairs, but I don't know if I really want to get into it because it's just, I need some other things to happen first.
If you can find offices that have the electricity in the rent, that's what I did locally until they kicked me out for like 6 months, and they were like, "Yeah, man, you're killing it.
You're abusing the system."
I wish I was there, but I'm not. I can't do that over here. We ain't got that, and I have to have the generator. So the generator is my electrical backup, so we never lose power.
There, or in Wisconsin, in the basement, it's always cold here.
Yeah. So does it take a long time to set up Proxidize proxies, Michael?
Oh, I do see your email. It's in the other email address. No, it does not take long. It's not cheap though, so let me give y'all a heads up. I'm not being in anybody else's budget or anything, right? But you need the software, which is like $700 to $1,100 a year, depending on what level you need. You need the hardware. It's going to cost you a couple hundred to a couple grand, depending on how crazy you're going to go. And then each dongle, right, needs a SIM card with unlimited data, unless you're not going bananas with the, if you're using it for CTR, you need unlimited data. And that's, $40, $50 a month per SIM. So before you make that investment, especially because anything I'm saying, know what the fuck you're doing and what you're getting into, you should definitely like buy some proxies for a month or two, you know, figure out that that's something you really want to step into, you know what I mean? Because it's a serious investment.
Don't go investing into it with a bunch of money until you've at least figured out if you're going to like it and want to do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
is it going to be worth it to you? You know,
I've been doing CTR for years and buying proxies for years, right? So for me, it makes sense. And then if you've ever looked at how much it costs to rent 4G proxies mobile, whew, pricey.
it's pretty pricey. It's like we got everything together. We're just getting the phones now. Holly, like this, we're setting up a click farm and a phone farm over here. Specifically, but using it for very specific things, so, but that's kind of gotten expensive. But I have, the Sims, and I have everything else I need, just trying to find all the Androids and iPhones that we need. So,
Yo, you want to hear some interesting shit that I just remembered right now? Don't ask me why. This dude I used to do Instagram shit with, yo, he was doing CTR back then, and I didn't even put it together. He used to do some shit he's in Asia, right? Like trade shows, always at trade shows with thousands of fucking people, right? Not hundreds, thousands. And in his booth, it was something that people want to do, right? Like they want to get in there and try it, like a video game, let's say. And the only way he would let them do it is they'd have to take a tablet and do like CTR. And when they completed the action, then they would get action to the thing. Now it was for Instagram, right? It wasn't really for SEO, but
Yeah, they
shit.
have a lot of that over here in Asia, where they pay people for Instagram and clicks and views and stuff like that. Live LRL fan says, I get unlimited data for free, so that's not an issue for me. But yes, the other costs will be large. I'm setting it
Unlimited
up for
data.
YouTube.
How do you get unlimited data for free? Fuck out of here. Call you out on that one, buddy. And you might get unlimited data for free on one SIM card, not on 20 or 50 or 100. And if so, let's partner up. Hit me up for real, for real. Shit.
What's the importance of CTR in expanding the ranking area radius of a GMB as compared to other tactics? So what's the benefit of expanding it versus just doing regular SEO and not just doing CTR or using cell phones?
So you kind of confused me at the end, but to answer the question as I saw it, like the CTR, right? Especially the way we do it with launch and lat from specific geo areas. So we're showing Google, right? Or at least we think we are. We're manipulating it and telling Google, hey, someone is searching for my business in this area, right? Which is that specific area that you're trying to boost proximity in. So that just helps, period. I don't know how to compare that to anything else or what else you can or would do to boost proximity, but that is the go-to right there. Everything else is like helps it, like GMB posts, your location landing pages, etc., etc. But traffic that seems to be coming from close in within that proximity, that's what it is.
It's
That's
really
why
the same.
driving directions work so much.
Yeah, it's the same thing we do whenever we've shown how to increase proximity on YouTube. I've shown where you go into the back end of the GMB dashboard and look at the driving directions or requests from surrounding areas, and you got dark purple, light purple, or none. And you can literally use that information and go, okay, I'm not getting too much traffic from here. I'm not getting no driving directions from here. So I start writing content or adding information or press releases, whatever, about that specific area, because your goal is to, if you will, get that ranking on page one and get some traffic to it. And the more traffic you have to it, obviously it's going to help your rankings. People start asking for driving directions. Same thing. It's just CTR's the, if you will, silver bullet. It's like if a bunch of people with a bunch of cell phones in that specific area are looking for you, of course it's going to get your rankings up. Let's see here. Which tactics would you consider more important for a beginner, intermediate SEO to attack first before getting to CTR? I think CTR will be less effective because if I have other things to take care of first, but the job post idea sounds pretty simple.
Your on page. Make sure you're on page and you got content and you're telling Google what you are, what your entity is, what entities you're related to. That's way before CTR. On page, site structure, interlinking, basics, then
Get the basics
CTR.
done. That's where most people fuck up, is because they want to go straight to CTR. They want to go straight to what's the newest GMB hack, not even CTR, just what's the hack or what's the tip, instead of getting the foundation right. And I can tell you, if you get the foundation right, you'll probably beat the person with the hack every time, because that hack will only last for so long.
That's why it's
You
a
know,
hack. Exactly.
hacks usually, will
Get
go,
patched.
churn and burn, As of late, which Google property has been the most impactful to run traffic or links to? CID, share link, post, photos, directions, etc.
I send traffic to all of those except the CID link. I don't just send traffic to one thing, and you never should do that, in my opinion.
Yep.
Mix it up.
Live
GMB,
LRL
and to answer a little more specifically, though, GMB posts, event posts specifically, is very good. Photos is very good. Doing Brent's trick with directions from your competitor to you, right? Sending traffic to that. That's good.
It's like the stack I showed in GMB Pros. We do, we use the post, but then we send traffic to those posts. 4G, local, local IP, local proxies, but it's we do CTR to the posts and stuff. Live LRL fan says, I do have it, though. There's no way I'm telling you.
Listen, if a tree falls in the forest and no one's there, I say bullshit. There was no tree, right? So whatever. Enjoy.
I was thinking city pages should be taken care of first. No, city pages should not. You need to get all your on page, all your structure, and all that taken care of first. When we bring on a client, we make sure all that stuff's done first. And then we add the city pages is probably one of the last things before I start off page, because I do city
if
pages.
Needed,
and
right,
then,
Will?
Yeah. And
if needed, right? Because sometimes,
and then I do advanced schema. And then after advanced schema, I start my off page. But the CTR is my last. It's my Gatling gun, if you will, if I have to use it, because it's pretty expensive for having to do it.
Like my process is almost kind of like what Will said, right? But like, I'm not getting to I'm not doing location pages unless I have to, right? So it's like I'm throwing up a website with a GMB. It's gonna have its regular service pages, no location pages, right? And I'm gonna see how good I can rank that and for how far out, right?
Yep.
I also don't want to give me personally. I don't want to give Google too many pages with locations at once and fucking confuse them. I just want to rank for where my GMB is. I just put it up. Let me get that shit green, then start pushing proximity out. That's how I go about it. So I only add location pages after we're into it already. Because why go through all that up front when you could rank the GMB everywhere you needed to sometimes without location pages? That's my opinion.
One of the things that we do with our proximity plugin, our location page plugin, Brent and me talked when Brent, and Michael first met about driving directions. And essentially, think of it this way: someone comes to your website and they leave, that creates a high bounce rate. So, driving directions is tip. What we're talking about is you're creating with My Maps. It's one way. You go and you take your GMB and let's say your top 10 competitors' GMBs, and you create driving directions from your competitors to your GMB. And then embed that on an asset or several assets. We did that with our location page plugin. That was part of the things we added in. We were doing it manually. We're actually doing it manually for a client right now. It's 26,000 plus streets, and it's going to be ridiculously big, but it works like a, you know what? It's really good, but it's expensive and time consuming. Usually takes us for the advanced, if we're doing it manually, it takes us at least a week. With the location page plugin, we can have it done in, you know, a few minutes. So got a question here. Do what you have to rank. If you drop, then add to your process. Yep, correct. So I do all the basics, and if I find things working, I add it, and if I find it not working, I stop using it. Churn and burn. All right, let's see. Would you embed it on your own site? You're talking about My Maps? And if so, yes. On my location pages, I have driving directions on every single site we ever work on. You know, that's if it's needed. It might not be needed. I mean, if it's in Podunk, you know, where you got 7,000 people, 4,000 or 40,000 even. I mean, anything that's lower than, I'd say probably closer to like 200,000, I usually won't even have to have all that complicated crap. I can usually get an EDM, do some good content. It's on page one.
Exactly.
Don't have to do all that craziness if you don't want to. Don't need to.
And also, right, like the you know, that doesn't mean that on the location landing page. When I say that, right, I don't mean location pages. Let me rephrase that statement. Wherever your Google My Business is pointing to, right? That's the page I'm talking about. So the home page of a new website, let's just say. That doesn't mean you can't, you know, I still put in things to do in the area. I still put in, you know, areas we serve and link out, right? I just don't create individual pages for them all unless I need to. You know what I mean? But I still let Google know, hey, we cover this. We know that this, you know, you got to give them all the info you need. I just put it on one page.
Let's see. All right. Appreciate it, Holly. You have a good night.
Later, Holly.
She's been up since like 3 a.m. So I was up last night till 2 a.m. Just researching. I go to my bed, I'm sitting on the phone researching. It's crazy.
You gotta let your mind get a break at some time, though. You heard, Will?
Yeah, sometimes I was excited. It's excited for me. So
I hear you.
Would you embed it? Yep, on own assets. Okay, if no more questions, you guys just get some questions in. Otherwise, we're going to be getting off here. Like I said, I got 14 phone calls today, 14 consults. Today is my consult day. So, and I know Mike's ready to go to bed too because he's ready to go to sleep earlier. So, but next week, if you want to, Mike, tomorrow inside GMB Pros, because you're the one you're doing CTR class tomorrow, you think you can do a demo tomorrow on CTR, Bruce, inside the class?
Probably not, just because I've been dealing with technical issues.
I want to give you time. That's all right. So next week we'll do CTR Booster here, and then we'll do it in the class.
Yeah, we'll double it up.
That way people will ask for it and stuff. So.
And we can start getting people that do have it already, right? Get their questions together, shit like that.
Yep. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, Michael. You have a good day. Wavy Bay Media said sent you a DM, Michael. So appreciate you guys. Thank you guys as always for being here. And you know, until next week, we'll see you. And if you're in GMB Pros, I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.
Peace out, y'all.
I have so many SEOs that hate me and say that I'm stealing their methods. They bitching and cry, labeling me SEO Black Hat. Was a nobody, now I'm at the top. Most wanted, most loved, bad business owners, and hated by most SEO opponents. You think you're an SEO god, but you're an SEO fraud.